Ready? So we are going to fire up Dreamweaver, and you might actually see this little warning signal over here. Local root folder does not exist. Blah blah blah. Don't worry about it. Just press cancel. Okay, we're not in lesson 1 anymore. Instead, we are actually in lesson 2. The thing is, of course, is that we're creating a new uh, folder right now, and so I'm just trying to open it, and it should be. Let me go into Classroom. All right, in Classroom, we are actually doing sample 3. So I'm going to bring up my folder right here, folder structure. And as you can see, we are in lesson 2. We did sample 1, we did sample 2. Now we're going to start sample 3. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and click Create New. Okay, and then we'll be taken to this dialog box. And I know in the previous lesson, let me go ahead and cancel. I know in the previous lesson I actually had you open create a file with this section over here, and you can still do that. You can click on let's see if we can find Manage Sites, and I think I don't have lesson. I think it's my interesting. Well, why don't we do this? I'm going to go ahead and again, if you do see lesson 2 in there, you're good as gold. But if you don't, I'm going to go ahead and click on New Site. Okay, and it's going to be called Lesson 2. And then I'm going to go find the folder where the Lesson 2 files are. And that's your Sample 1, Sample 2, the images, and if you recall, pretty much it was right here, and I have it in my downloads. There's Web, Dreamweaver, Lesson 2, and that's what I'm going to choose. Okay, and I'm going to press Save, and there's Lesson 2. So there it is right there. Okay, nothing more needs to be said. Done, and voila, there they are. So now all I got to do really is, let's see if I can do this. Okay, I right click, new file. Okay, and it'll ask me, let's see if I can find, oops, it's kind of like going a little bit slow here, and maybe that's not the best way to do this. So because it's going through this little craziness, and I'm just going to go, oops, see, it's like, this Dreamweaver is kind of hurting, but I'll go ahead and stop recording until it's, well, I guess it's kind of, so you'll notice that it started an untitled page, and I'm going to go ahead and rename this. Okay, if I can rename it. If I double click inside, that's strange. It doesn't ask me to rename it. New file, edit subject, but at any rate, wow, it doesn't let me rename it. I'm trying to right click on it, new file, new folder. Actually, what I might do instead, oh, there we go. Now I can rename it. I don't know. So I just kind of clicked on sample3.html, and as you can see, there it is right there. So what we're going to do is we are going to create this file right here, sample3. And the nice thing about doing it this way, just kind of speaking in the void, I can go ahead and just keep talking. You can stop the video whenever you want if you have any questions. You'll notice that here is some text, here is some bullet points, here are some images, here is a nice colorful thing where you're going to add your own stuff. This is technically a pretty simple page. Now, despite the fact that you've got some craziness going on over here, we're going to go ahead and try to, first of all, you want to create your container website. Okay, so you want to create your container table. Sorry, did I say website? It's late. Alright, so I'm going to go down here so you don't see any of the other stuff here. Okay, so whoops, web design. Okay. Let me just go ahead and try to. Okay, let's go a little bit more. Alright, so here, step number 1, create your container table. Okay, let's do that really fast. Move this to the side. So again, you can go to Insert, and then you can go down to Table. Okay, click on that, and you'll be taken to this dialog box. We're all familiar with this by now. One row, one column, 1,000 pixels, border thickness 2, cell padding 2, good enough. Let's do it. Alright, and then of course, if we highlight the table, I side sweep it, there it is right there. That's selected, that's selected. Okay, and then let's see now. Of course, my properties didn't really update, did it? So let's do it again. For some reason it's not doing it. I think mainly because, well, you know what? Let's just do this. I'm going to select the code right here, and it's still not selecting. That's just weird, but here it is right here. I guess I didn't have to. At any rate, if you can get it, the only reason I want you to kind of select it is because nothing is ever easy, is it? So, at any rate, finally got it, and what I'm going to go ahead, oops, I lost it again. I'm just going to put the cursor right here. There's a properties. Let me just quickly do this. Whew, done. And I don't like the fact that it's way up here. And by the way, if you see this yellow line, that's actually the body tag. So as you notice right here, the table is inside the body tag, and you can go ahead and you know, if you want to put some space down here, you can put the cursor to the left of the table. Okay, you see that? And then I'm going to press enter a couple of times, or return. Come on, work. It's just not wanting. I think this Dreamweaver is kind of crappy. I'm going to have to download a better version. It's just not letting me. There we go. Finally. Alright, so now what we're going to do is looking at this sample. Now this is a strange thing. I've got 3 columns, or and I've got 2 rows. Alright then, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and insert another table. And this time I'm going to choose 90%. Okay, 90% because it's 90% of that. And I had set 2 rows, okay, and 3 columns. There it is. So let's go back to this thing here. There's my three columns, and there's 2 rows, and you know we want to create a table within a table. A table within a table, and if I give you a quiz, I'm going to expect you to remember this. Table within a table is called a nested table. Okay. Table within a table is called a nested table. Alright, so here we go. And what I'm going to do is, okay, there we go. Cell padding, keep it at 2, keep the border at 2. Here we go, and it didn't really do a good job. And again, I don't know what's going on with this. It's not even letting me undo it. How embarrassing. Maybe I should just use my school one. It's not even letting me undo this. Let me try it again. Insert, table. Oh, here we go. So maybe we should have nest. If you get this situation, you're trying to make it as your insert as the child of the selected tag. So the selected tag is this TD. Okay, and that's right, because this empty space is the table data. So we're going to put it in here, and now it'll work. There we go. Okay, so I missed that spot. Alright, now we can go ahead and do this. Now you notice that we're going to have, okay, did I put 3 rows? Okay, well that's fine. We can go ahead and work with 3 rows even though we're only supposed to have 2. This gives me the opportunity to show you how to delete the row. So let's say for instance this one right here, we don't want it. So we right click and we can actually delete this entire row here. We can do it a couple of ways. Okay, so we can actually go to, let's see, let's figure this out. Okay, so with a cursor anywhere in one of these three cells, you can go to Edit, Table, Delete Row. See that? And then when I click on it, the row should be deleted. This is so crazy. Okay, so let me try it again. Put the cursor right here. Edit, Table, Delete Row. And it's not really doing much, is it? So I'm just gonna. Okay, I think I figured it out. So let me go to, once again, Edit, Table, and Delete Row, and there I have it. So if we look at this thing again, this where's that sample page there? Oops, that's my email stuff. Okay, so if we look at this sample 3 again, the next thing obviously is that these two sections right here, this is a merge, and the merge occupies the distance or the width of the two cells above. So what do we do in this situation? Well, here we go. I'm going to select both these, okay? At least I'm going to try and see if I can somehow merge them. Let's see if this works. Let me see, try that. Edit table, and then I believe there's a place called merging or split cell. Okay, actually not split cell. Okay, so here we go again. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag across. And the way I know that things have been selected, if you look in the code here, you've got two table data that are selected. Those are these two right here. So even though you can't see any highlights, which is bizarre to me, what you can do at this point is go to Edit, Table, and then Merge Cells. And there, whoops, it kind of merged the other two, didn't it? Let me just do it again. So realistically speaking, it should merge. There we go. So notice now you've got two little dots over there. That's pretty pathetic. But anyways, Edit, Table, and then let's merge cells, and finally I got what I needed. Okay, after this is kind of easy. I'm just going to go here to the content here, and I'm just going to call it the story behind Halloween, okay, which is past obviously. And here I'm going to put space right in the left side of the table. If I can zoom in a little bit, notice the blinker there, and I'm just going to press return if I can. And even if I have to press control return, I can do that, but for some reason again I'm having crazy trouble. Okay, there it is right there. Finally got it in there. And of course I can insert a heading tag. I'm going to put H1. Okay, put it nest. There it is right there. Won't do it. Let's do it again. Make sure that this is, see, notice how I kind of copied from the content. What I should have done was insert, if you recall. Okay, I'll do it again. Insert or edit paste special, and it should only be text, and there we have it. There it is right there. Now I can go ahead and highlight it and then insert heading H1. Okay, there we go. And you know what? This thing creates it. This thing is kind of being left behind. Screw it. Just do this. Story behind Halloween. Just write it in there. Hope I spelled Halloween right. And as you can see, it well, it's where it's at, I suppose. I don't know. So it kind of put it inside the table data of the first table, which I guess I'll accept, and I'll try to put the cursor right below and above the table to kind of put them closer together. But that's probably not going to happen. And let me try one more thing Okay, so I'm just going to undo several times. Press Command Z several times, and there we have it. And I'm going to select this table. Okay, I'm going to select it all. Okay, as you can see, the table has been selected, and I'm wondering if I could insert a caption. You can go to Help and type in caption, and it may not be there. Okay, I actually thought the thing caption would be there. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, let's just go ahead and put in the text. Okay, not there. And then put the cursor right where it's over there, and then just type in. There it is right there. I know it's kind of being hidden, kind of being finicky, so just type in the story behind Halloween, and then we can highlight this, and instead of using the H1 tag, and I wish, there it is right there, we're just going to put in a font. So let's just put in impact, and then let's go ahead and give it a nice big size. Okay, size, let's go ahead and give it a 24. That's good enough right there for me. I'm satisfied. Are you? Alright, the story behind Halloween. So let's go ahead and now take this guy right here, the tradition, put this in the first cell, and then remember, okay, edit. Well, it didn't give me paste special as an option, so I'm going to edit, paste special, text only. Okay, and it's just not behaving pretty well. So I thought for sure. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to type something in there. Make sure the cursor is in there, so I'm going to edit. Copy this again. Edit. Paste, and it's going to, well, it went in there. Didn't ask me to paste special or anything like that. Now we're going to add this. Okay, and this time I'm curious to know what it'll do. Edit, paste. Okay, so it did that. And this here, I have the JPEG right here. So if you were to click on this icon, alright, so here it is right here. Right click, save image as, and save it into your images folder. Okay, so you want to save it in your images folder for this work. And let's find it. I have it. Let's see, web alias, there it is right there. Well, hopefully it's there. No? Not sure. Oh, some downloads, that's right. It's web alias to images. And I can rename it over here, so I'm just going to call it Halloween. Even such a fun holiday. Very sad this year. Alright. And now what I'm going to do is basically, like I said, you want to go into Photoshop and resize this. So if I were to open this thing up, okay, and go into downloads, okay, and then go into web alias and find that image, Halloween, there it is. I can right click, open with Photoshop, and let's just open it with Photoshop. If I were to insert this image right off the bat right here, I can go insert, image, nest, okay, and it's going to ask me which image I want to put in there. Put in this here, and you see how big it gets? Now I can shrink it if I want. I don't think it's a good idea to do it here, but I can shrink it if I like to, but I'm not going to. This is how big it'll be. There was a time where you could shrink it, but it's always best to do it in Photoshop. Alright, so let's open up Photoshop. There it is. I'm just going to shrink it. For those of you who never took Photoshop, here's how you shrink an image. Image size, and you notice that it's under 810 pixels. Let's go ahead and put it to 300 pixels, and I'll see that. Now we can go ahead and, ooh, I didn't mean that, but that looks pretty cool. File, save. You don't have to say save, and it's going to ask you all these craziness, and at this point you can just close Photoshop. Okay, quit Photoshop. There we have it. And now I'm just going to insert this here. Insert image. nest. It's going to ask me once again, and looks a little better. Alright, let's go ahead and finish this off. And let's go over here. That's not, we already got that. Whatever this is, I'm just going to highlight it, copy, go in here, and I'm going to paste. Okay, it's actually pasting pretty good. And then I'm going to go back here, and then any three images you want, make sure to resize it. But how do I get the background? So notice I put the cursor here, and if you look at the properties, you can actually find the cursor right there. Well, I'm not sure what I put. Well, let me find out for you. Custom, and there it is right there. So it's actually FF9900. Okay, so I'm going to put in right here, okay, FF9900. There you go. And let's see what happens. Didn't do it. So that should be your TD. Oh, put it in the wrong one. This is where the background color is. Sorry. Let's see, under Y. Kind of hard to. And it's just not, again, I think there's something seriously wrong with this Dreamweaver. So, well, let me go to HTML. And it's just not letting me do it. So, what I'm going to have to do now is go into the code right here. See that? Code. If I were to type in, just scribble in right there. So it looks like I kind of accidentally put in the text, which is not what I wanted. So I can just go ahead and undo everything, okay, and redo. So if I were to type in here, it goes back to black. But with that in there, I know that the code, I put all this gibberish here. If I highlight it, you'll notice the code is right there. And I can actually manually at this point put whatever I want here, but I would like, and it's just not doing it. Maybe it doesn't allow me to do that. Alright, so I'm just going to manually put it in there. Once you do WordPress, it's going to be so much easier. BG color, okay, and then there it is right there, okay. So there I have it, and what you'll do is you'll add different images in there, okay. I'm going to use this one for practice. Copy, paste, if I can. Let's put in those three images from the insert image. Let's go ahead and put those three images, nest, and let's put in those vegetables. Why not? There's one vegetable, and then I'm going to go ahead with the cursor to the right. See that? I'm going to press return, and then I'm going to. Now, one thing you got to understand is that you got to remember. I'm trying to see. They don't allow that much here. Alright, well anyways, you can also go ahead and insert image again. Once again, nest. And let's put in image number 2. Veggie number 2. There it is right there. Okay, and you notice how this thing kind of shrinks to the middle here. And by the way, let's go ahead and save our work. And one of the things, if you notice with the text going down, you're going to have to highlight, and you got to find the TD tag, because for some reason we don't have TD here. So maybe if I were to find it, I don't see. Let me go ahead and choose help, and if you choose align, ALIG, see, it doesn't even really does that. So you're gonna have to, we'll go into the code here. So with this text highlighted, you go over here, okay, and you find the TD tag, and here's colon space equals 2. So after the number 2 and in between the quote, you're gonna have to let me see, for some reason it's not letting me do it, but here, let me do it again. Oops, align, there it is. Or actually, I'm sorry, it's called V align. V align equals top. Okay, and notice it goes back on top. So I will say that one more time. The code is called V align. Okay, that the options are top, middle, and bottom. Okay, now with the text, with the images here. There is the image right there, okay, and there's a TD for that, and this time you want to put in V align, okay. Notice it's kind of funny, it shows up here in the code but won't at the well, anyways, we're almost done. So we're almost done. We got this going, and I'm gonna bring this down a little bit because, and also what thing would help if you put this on design. I think that was the big problem I had. I did not put this in design mode. Yee. Okay, well, maybe when I tell you. Alright, so at any rate, let me go look at this code again. Press cancel. This right here is radio buttons. So what I'm going to do is most popular Halloween candy. Let's go ahead and press return, and now we're going to click HTML in the properties box. Go ahead and click on a radio button there. Reese's Pieces, yum. Okay, there we go. Peanut butter cups, yum. M&M's, yum. Snickers, okay, there we go. Snickers, yum. Hershey's, Kit Kat, whoops, I forgot to do Hershey's, can never forget Hershey's. Hershey's, Kit Kat, yum. There it is. Okay, Diabetic's Delight. And then finally we got this link right here. Okay, so I'm going to copy this link. Alright, and he should look in so the Halloween, notice the font is a little different here. So let's find November 1st and let's create another paragraph, and we're just going to highlight this and make it a font size bigger, I suppose. So let's go ahead and give it a face. So let's go ahead and choose Verdana again. Okay, and this time we'll make it a font size maybe 16, maybe 18. There we go. And then where was the Festival of Shaman. Sounds pretty cool actually. So what you do is highlight, click on the HTML, and there's a link right there. There it is, and target should always be blank. Alright, so one more time, the celts. Let's go ahead and copy this. Ooh, that looked crazy. The celts. Okay, click, paste, target blank. Alright, and I would say pretty much we are kind of done. That's it. Oh, insert video. So let's go to this YouTube page. Okay. And here is a YouTube.
Geico makes the claims process so easy, I can manage my claim all in the Geico app.
Okay, I can manage any claim in the app, in an app. Okay, share and then embed. Okay, watch what I do. Notice it has the iframe. Okay, you see that iframe? An iframe is a web page inside of a web page. So I'm going to go in here. Now this time I have to go through code. So I'm going to skip a line. I'm going to type. See that? I'm going to highlight whatever it is. And right there where the type is, right there, okay, I'm going to highlight that whole area. I've got the code already selected, and I'm going to paste. Okay, and then I'm going to click here and look at that. And now if I want to do live view, or actually if I wanted to save, okay, and then let's go ahead and look at real-time view, go through Chrome. Let's see what we can find out. I like it. Okay, we got this. It's not great, but it's good enough. Alright, so give it a whirl, and we will continue. Alright, good work, folks. And don't forget to save all your work.